Yeah, and I think there's a third with the St. Charles Parish
no.
storm. There's two separate tornadoes, and the one that passed on the West Bank and into St. Bernard Parish is almost identical to the one that hit there back in March, the EF3. So another devastating night for tornadoes in the southeast. The good news for us, the worst of that weather is heading our way. We're not going to see severe weather. We're going to see just rain. The reason why it's so cold over us, that's helping us out. You look at the lows over the last 13 days or so. Well, this morning we got to 32, which was the first freeze we had seen since December 2nd. So we've had some pretty warm overnights. That's why the month has been off to such a warm start. But today, that all changed. 45 and 32. So far, 1/10 of an inch of rain, but that's continuing to go up. And there's more rain on the way. And yes, it is the same system that produced the severe weather and tornadoes in Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas. That's heading our way, but the severe weather threat is not, because the warm air is the ingredient we are not going to have to produce severe weather. You see how big this system is. It was quite the prolific tornado producer. Tomorrow, temperatures only in the upper 40s, maybe 50 degrees. Because the warm air never gets in here, we don't have to worry about the threat for severe weather. But boy, is it going to pour tomorrow morning. I'm talking wave after wave of heavy rain. This warm front is where the severe weather is, down to the southeast. That will all be out of here, though, by the afternoon. So this is not going to be a total washout tomorrow. It might seem like it in the morning, but as we go through the day, I expect the weather will improve. The morning hours until about lunchtime, 4 a.m., pouring rain. 6 a.m., still pouring. 8 to 9 a.m., still some heavy downpours. By lunchtime, 2 o'clock, things start to move out. And by this time tomorrow, 24 hours from right now, we'll be tracking clearing skies and cool conditions, but a lot of wind. That is some snow as well moving down the backside of this. So we're going to see some northwest flows, snow, and likely some slick spots on Friday and Saturday morning because of the refreeze going on in the mountains. Now, additional rainfall tonight and tomorrow morning could be pretty heavy. Inch and a half possible. I certainly think there could be some localized areas heavier than that, but certainly a soaker moving in overnight. The good news, after the rain tomorrow, we get several days, almost a full week to dry out before the next batch of rain moves in. And it's going to be a cold batch of rain with the next surge of Arctic air. This arrives late next week. As this Arctic blast invades the country, more and more it looks like this might be a little bit shallower, so it means the cold air might be more centered over us for Christmas weekend. So just prepare now. If you got plans locally for the holiday, it's going to be cold. I'm talking highs in the 30s, morning lows in the teens and 20s, and this cold air is going to be sticking around. Now, there's no wintry weather in this forecast yet. Just don't have the moisture there. We'll keep an eye on it, but the cold air will certainly be in place. That is an 80 to 90% probability of below average temperatures from the 22nd through the 28th. That is going to be a cold pattern for sure. Here's your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast. So notice after tomorrow, we get a chance to dry out. It's not exactly warm, but it's not the frigid air that moves in late next week. When you look at our 10-day forecast, yeah, by next weekend, Friday, Saturday for Christmas Eve, and that Panthers game could be one of the colder ones we've seen in a while, with temperatures only in the mid to upper 30s.
Wow. All right. Thank you, Brad. We know the conditions can change very quickly in the Carolinas, but you don't have to be surprised by the weather. All you have to do is download the WCNC Charlotte mobile app. It'll send you alerts when severe weather happens at your location. You can get the app anytime as a free download.